Dana, I feel like we've been talking about this event for basically a year at this point. So to finally be at Fight Week, the clause finally being finally built and everything, I guess, how are you feeling now that we're only like less than a week from?
Good. I mean, I feel like I feel any other Saturday, but obviously, a lot more on the plate. Walked through yesterday and did all the, the pre-work for production and walked through the ellipse. I mean, when you guys see what we do Sunday, just on the South Lawn, I mean, the ellipse is a whole nother animal on its own. It's incredible.
How many rehearsals have you had to do?
Well, we've done not necessarily rehearsals. I mean, we're testing the lights, and I think I told you guys this the other day. So we have cranes over there, and the cranes are working on all the lights. Once the cranes leave, we have guys that are like free solo rock climbing guys that will climb the claw and adjust any lighting problems we have. So, we're just trying to get that dialed in before the cranes leave.
I know you're not one that will, if someone tries to stop you from doing something, it's probably not going to work, but there was that lawsuit that came out.
Yeah, we were expecting a lawsuit.
Yeah.
I mean, we expected everything coming into this event. We expected the lawsuit. We thought it would be sooner, but
really?
Yeah.
So what do you make of the timing?
We knew it was going to come.
Yeah.
We didn't know who or how, but we knew it was coming.
And then speaking of the main event, Ilya was in here, and he is supremely confident that he'll knock out Justin within 2 minutes. Based on, you said Super Bowl numbers and everything, the amount of eyeballs that will be on him, if he does what he says he's going to do, what kind of superstar do you think you'll have on your hand with Ilya?
Yeah, listen, that's all the stuff that we can't control. However the weather plays out on Sunday and however the fights play out, we don't control that. So, yeah, I mean, not just the amount of eyeballs, the amount of media attention that this thing has too. So, yeah, I mean, if you're ever going to deliver in your career, Sunday night's the night.
How often are you checking the weather reports?
Not at all. Like Borsari's all over. The Borsari, my head of production, is like the most OCD guy on the planet, and we're going to be good on Sunday.
We're talking tomorrow.
I mean, if you read the internet, the fucking whole show's getting shut down on Sunday. But I don't care if it snows, rains, whatever. We're going, and even lightning. You guys all played, sports when you were growing up. Whenever there was lightning, you'd sit the lightning out, and then when it was over, you played. I mean, that's what we'll do. And if there would be lightning, we'd know it days before. So, and then we would work around it.
You mentioned those viewership numbers, Super Bowl type numbers. How do you, I guess, come to that? Because you see a lot of people being like, well, currently Paramount Plus in the U.S. doesn't even have the number of subscribers that Super
Well, it's like how we would know what type of pay-per-view numbers we were going to do before a fight. We know.
We got Alex Pereira in the co-main event.
And it's not just in the United States. It's this event's all over the world. We're going to be in like almost 1 billion homes worldwide.
So like when you're thinking of that, it's like you're combining,
Yeah, it's global.
Pay-per-view in Canada.
Yeah, it's not like we're just going to say, how many did we do in the United States and fuck the rest of the world? Yeah.
No, just wanted to give a context if maybe some people thought you were talking U.S. only, but that's a global number.
Okay. It's pretty fucking stupid, but okay.
With Alex Pereira, you also mentioned he could be your GOAT if he wins this third title on Sunday. You've been very defensive of John Jones over the years.
Yeah.
Believed in his resume.
I don't think he'd be my GOAT. I think he'd be everybody's GOAT. He'd win 3 belts. The guy used to make 185 pounds. And if he wins a belt in heavyweight on Sunday, it'd be pretty tough to argue he's not the GOAT.
We want to see that unification fight, right? That's what that's leading to. Because where do you think stand with Tom Aspinall?
I don't care. I'm not even thinking of any of that stuff yet. I'm not thinking beyond Sunday.
Do you feel confident?
We have fights laid out until September, this year. But what happens on Sunday, we'll figure out after Sunday. There's a lot of stuff that's going to go on between now and Sunday. And however the fights play out that night, what is – I mean, if that's your question, what happens next for Gaethje or Ilya after that? Do they, fight Islam or does, all that stuff? Not even thinking about any of it.
Dana, question for you, mate. Dana, question for you. We interviewed our man Justin before, speaks his mind. He said that divides opinion on the White House, but anyone who doesn't believe in it's a fucking loser.
Doesn't believe in what?
He doesn't believe in the fight on the White House. It shouldn't happen. He said anyone that thinks that it shouldn't happen is a fucking loser.
Well, I think that it's a bit harsh, but I think that, you know, it's impossible to make some people not believe that it's political. You know, it's the 250th birthday of America. The fact that we even get to do, I was just telling, I did a podcast this morning. In my hotel, there's a Washington magazine of all the events that are going on from now till 4th of July in Washington, celebrating, you know, the 250th birthday of America. I wonder how many people are going to, you know, try to sue any of those or, you know, say that those things shouldn't happen. You know, it is what it is. I don't give a shit about any of this stuff. We're gonna put on an incredible event that literally will never be matched. What we're gonna do on Sunday, we built an arena on the south lawn of the White House. It's to explain to you what goes into that and what it takes to make that happen. It's unbelievable. It's like I joke about Craig, but I'm dead serious. He's the most OCD guy I know. I mean, I saw this interview with Sean O'Malley where he's like, will you guys be able to go in the Octagon? No, they're not going to build the Octagon until that day. I don't know where the hell. All this information that people are putting out it's all bullshit. The Octagon's up now. It was up yesterday. And Borsari's like, yeah, I have 3, canvases. So anything that goes wrong, we'll rip that canvas off and put another one in. I mean, just everything that you could possibly think that could go wrong, we're ready for. We were ready for the lawsuit. We knew that was coming. We're ready for all this stuff.
Well, that's good because we've come a long way. You know, we don't need to fuck this up. You know?
I agree, brother. We're ready for anything.
Okay.
We're ready for all of it.
Well, that's a
So,
night's sleep then.
thank you.
Dana, talking about the arena, Donald Trump's a big fan of the claw design. He said
Well-
he wants to keep it on the lawn.
Well, he's a construction guy, and he's blown away by what we've done. And I believe the day that he leaned over to me and said, let's do a fight at the White House, he has the confidence and knows that we're going to deliver and do it the right way and, you know, put something unbelievable together.
Has he spoken to you about leaving the claw on the south lawn after
Yeah,
the fight?
he's talking. So he first called me and said, this thing's incredible. These people you got working out here are unbelievable. And he's telling me about the construction. Like every night when they're done working, they'll work all day, all night, and all the things are laid out perfectly and organized. And, you know, he's a construction geek. He loves it. And he says to me, you know, I think I'm going to keep this claw. I'm going to give you 10 cents on the dollar when the show's over. And he called me a few days ago. I was like, this claw thing's unbelievable. I'm going to give you 5 cents on the dollar when this thing's over. I told Borsari by the time it's done, we might be paying him when we leave. But, yeah, he loves it.
So
And, I mean, have you guys been over there yet? Have you seen it? And wait till you see it in person. It's pictures and videos do not do it justice. It's incredible.
There's been a lot of discussion online about the invited guests. Can we get an insight into who the president's invited, who you've invited?
So
Is there any crossover?
literally, Amber, who is my, you know, ops who runs all the ticketing and all that stuff and the event that night, literally was just at my hotel and we just went through all the tickets. And we don't have the president's list yet. She said she's supposed to get it in 2 hours, but we're still waiting for it. Obviously, he's got some shit going on today that, so we'll see when we get it. We also have we're having like a reception party before the fight at the White House. I have 95 tickets to that, and the president has 95 tickets to that. So, yeah. No, I'm not going to tell you who's that.
Thank you, Dana.
How many calls have you gotten from people trying to get an invite?
Well, yeah, I mean, we've had obviously lots of calls. I don't think we've had as many as the president has. You know, he ended up, we started with 1,000 tickets for him, and I think he has 1,400 now.
And what has been the criteria for the people receiving your tickets? Is there anything you can share?
What's been the?
The criteria or just the requirements?
Whoever I want to go.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Dana, what are you most proud of about yourself and your team? The Sphere, the White House, or keeping the sport alive throughout all of the pandemic?
What was that one?
What are you most proud of
What are you
going through
most
the
proud of?
pandemic?
Personal accomplishment
The
of
Sphere
you and your
or this
team.
event?
Oh, they're all good ones. I mean, those are all good ones. But I would say, you know, the going through COVID was another level. I mean, it's just all the pressure that was put on everybody that even tried to do anything at that time was absolutely insane. And now that we look back on how ridiculous all of it was, but it's hard to remember how hard it really was to do that and go through it. You know, we were spraying our fucking packages and shit and all the stuff that was going on. But the White House is a beast too. I mean, we're building an arena outside the White House. And then, like I said, and have any of you walked through the ellipse yet? The ellipse is insane too. I mean, there's screens over there that are as big as this wall where everybody's going to watch the fight and the concert. I mean, and it's all outside. You know, we have to, we actually had to put cell towers up out there too. Like fucking Sprint came in and put 2 cell towers over there. And I guess we need to do that because if there's ever any emergency messaging that we would need to do to phones, you have to make sure everybody has service. There's so many details to this thing that, you know, I couldn't even begin to get into it. But
You guys always figure out a way to outdo yourselves every year, so all of us here want to know, are we going to the moon in 2027?
we'll see. That's up to Elon. Yeah.
When you think about 10 years ago, the sport was just legalized in New York.
Yeah.
If you look at the progression of then until now, like, really, what can you say about it? Like, about how much the sport has grown? Do you think that it grew more from the 10 years prior to that?
And you're so right. And so many details in that. How long it took us to get into New York, and now we're 8 of the 10 all-time biggest events in the history of Madison Square Garden. Think about that. And all the other shit that you're talking about in between. I mean, when you really think about from 2001 to now, tell me a better sports story. Tell me a bigger sports story, a crazier sports story than UFC.
And do you know what's like the end time for the card on Sunday? Because I know you said it's going to be like telling the story of America. You got the 7 fights. It starts at 8. Do you have like a hard out?
No. I know that when the fight's over, the president is flying to the summit, and Melania wants all that shit shut down as soon as it's over. So we can't even start tearing down until the next day. So, but there isn't a hard out. When the show ends, it ends.
You announced on the broadcast last week that there's new rankings coming soon. I know over the years you've tinkered with different ideas and kind of shared some things. Can you tell us at least a little bit what's gone into this and when we can, I guess, get the first update for it?
Yeah. What was the plan for those?
It'll be announced in a couple of weeks.
Couple weeks.
Is it AI?
It's
based?
done and it's coming, and
Yeah.
we'll announce it in the next couple weeks.
Is it AI based? Can you tell us that?
Yeah. AI is here, boys and girls.
Dana, we've had some presidents which were massive basketball fans but couldn't host NBA game at the White House. What's so special in mixed martial arts so that it's the first sport to make it to the White House?
What's so special about mixed martial arts that it's the first sport to make it to the White House?
Well, it's one of the president's favorite sports, so that helps. You know, they were going to do some type of celebration, you know, around the White House and whatever for America's 250th birthday. And, you know, we as the UFC, me and my employees and the fighters, and we as fans are lucky that it ended up being the UFC. It's going to be a very unique, you know, experience. Even the 85,000 people on Saturday and the 85,000, like 300,000 plus people applied for the tickets to be over in the ellipse, and even being over there is going to be an amazing experience. So, yeah, if you look at, like we were just talking about, where we started, incredibly humble beginnings, and now to be on the 250th birthday of America on the White House lawn is insane.
If Ayman Zahabi wins Sunday night, is he next in the line for the title?
If Ayman Zahabi wins on Sunday, is he next in line for the title?
I don't know. I'm not even thinking like these guys were asking me about Justin and Ilya and all that. I don't know. We'll see how he looks, and you know how it plays out and what happens, and I don't ever think about that type of stuff until after.
There are no plans yet for an event in Canada this year?
Do you have any plans for an event in Canada this year?
Yeah, I'm sure we do. Do we? Are we?
We don't have one.
No.
What about Germany?
Probably not.
Dana,
If we're not in Canada, we're probably not in Germany.
Joe Rogan famously says, how did Alex Pereira ever make 185?
I know.
Do you look at him now at heavyweight and think, how is he this big?
Yeah, he doesn't even look like the same guy. You got to do a double take, you know. And we're talking about GOAT. I mean, when you think about this, what he did in kickboxing, and then to make the transitioning from kickboxing to this and do this well, it's unbelievable, right? You would think that wrestlers would just chew him up and spit him out, and not the case in 3 different weight classes.
Do you think that power will transition from light heavyweight to heavyweight?
I don't know.
And
What a great question, though. I mean, this is what we're talking about when we talk about GOAT.
and
These are all great questions. And if it does, and if he does, yeah, he's the best ever.
Is there a particular fight that the president is looking forward to more than others?
And the thing about Pereira is he keeps fighting. Like, he consistently wants to fight. And one of the greatest stories about him was when he was on vacation in Australia. And we had, somebody fall out, called him, flies from vacation to come fight. He's a very unique guy. I can tell you what, in 25 years of doing this, I've been on the phone with lots of guys that's just not what they do.
And lastly, yeah, is there a particular fight that the president is looking forward to more than others?
I don't know. We haven't talked about that. So I don't know.
Dana, Diego Lopez put out a video of him wrapping red gloves with this at Freedom or the Freedom 250. Do they have custom gloves?
Yeah, yeah.
So they're the red ones. Is it red and blue, or are they both wearing red?
Yeah, we have custom gloves, and yeah, I do believe they're red and blue.
It's the current form, like gloves though, right? Just red. It's not like redesigned or anything like
No,
that.
No, we're not messing with that again right now.
And Sean Strickland is he actually banned from the White House fight? Because he said he was banned.
Everybody's banned, apparently. Apparently fucking everybody is banned. Of course Sean Strickland is. Sean Strickland is banned from humanity, okay? We don't want him near any human beings anywhere. Fucking shows up at Power Slap, he starts fights, and he made it very clear that he didn't want to be a part of this event, and now apparently he's banned. Nobody is banned. Nobody's music is banned. No media members have been banned, and the list goes on and on. This is obviously a very unique event where, first of all, there's only so much room. And she was telling me that, at the White House, there's 1,000 media members that are credentialed at the White House. So, 1,000 people are like, oh, we're all going to, no, we can't have 1,000, of the White House media members just show up at this thing. There's only 4,300 tickets to actually seat. So literally nobody has been banned from this event. I saw something today on social media that said Diego's music was banned. That's the song he's walking out to. His song was never banned. It was never brought up. It was never mentioned. There's a lot of bullshit floating around out there right now. Nobody's banned. Nothing is banned. We're going to do, I want as many people to be inside this thing and experience it as possible. If we could have done more seats, I'd have done more. I mean, that's why we opened up the Ellipse.
Is any of the card going to be on CBS or on linear TV?
Yeah, no. Yeah, no. We were talking, no, because there's only X amount of fights, and it starts from the first one. We start at the beginning of time, and, like the Mexican Independence Day fight that we did. We're going to tell the story of America from the first fight to the last. So no, yes, they'll all be on Paramount.
Obviously, the hope a lot of new eyes potentially watching this card on Sunday, just for what it is, and it leads into a Conor McGregor fight next month, and then maybe Islam in August. Like, how big can the momentum that this sets be for bringing new people in, for getting more support behind the company, all these different things?
Perfect. This is a business of momentum, yes, and a lot of things have to happen to first of all. The thing is all dialed in. It's perfect. We have to execute. We still have to execute on. When you think about just the timing of what we're doing on Sunday, and we're doing things that we've never done before. There's going to be the national anthem. There's going to be flyovers. There's going to be, all these things that we never do in an event. So, yeah, we got to nail this thing on Sunday. All the bells and whistles are pretty much almost done, and then we have to deliver. Like I said, leading into the Sphere, we have to deliver. And then the thing that we don't control, the fights have to be great. So.
How did you get Travis Pastrana ready to go back?
What's that?
How did you get Travis Pastrana?
I didn't. He asked me. He was at Power Slap, and he came up and said, hey, I want to do a backflip at the White House. I said, backflip what? What do you want? He said, I want to backflip over the Octagon. I go, I don't know. Let me see if we can do it. And we're not doing the Octagon, but, yeah, he's going to be on the South Lawn doing a backflip on Saturday.
So he wanted to flip over the claw, or what did he want to flip over?
He didn't want it. The claw is bigger than the White House. No, I think he wanted to backflip the Octagon, which is not possible to do. But I made some calls, and we got him backflipping on Saturday. So, yeah.
People keep comparing Topuria with Conor McGregor. Do you know what's your thought on this? Like, do you see similarities?
Comparing him to Conor as far as what?
I saw in the media, like, people were comparing those two in their way they fight.
I don't know. I didn't compare him. I don't know how to answer that question. I didn't compare him. I think that, there will never be another Conor McGregor. Conor was a very unique fighter and individual at the time that he burst onto the scene. And I think that Ilya is a very unique fighter. And, yeah, they're very different in their own ways.
What does it mean to have Conor back? Like, it'll be exactly 5 years since he broke his leg. He was, taken out on the stretcher. A rematch just to have him here, and hopefully it, works out and everything. But like to get him back in the fold, what does it mean for the UFC?
Listen, Conor, you guys know as well as I do. I mean, he's a powerhouse, man. I mean, when he's involved, tickets as soon as they went on sale, went flying. We put Power Slap on sale. Power Slap sold out in an hour. So we added 250 or 200 more tickets, sold out in 15 minutes. I'm sure everything that's going on in Vegas, International Fight Week, is selling out. So it's great to have Conor back.
Yeah, $20 million gate for this one, you think?
More. This should break the record. The record is the Sphere right now, and this should break the Sphere record.
And how did the reporting or Conor's comments and stuff indicate he's got 2 fights left on the contract and that he'll do them both this year? Is this a chance? This is the last year we see Conor McGregor fighting in the UFC?
I have no idea. Yeah, that I don't know.
Dana, speaking of Conor, he was in attendance at Trump's inauguration. He's very friendly with Trump. Could we see Conor McGregor attending the White House?
No, he won't be here.
He won't be here.
No.
Any more questions?
He's not banned, right?
Good? He's not banned. Conor McGregor banned from the White House. Yeah, no. Nobody is banned. Good?
Just not invited.
Huh?
Just not invited.
Yeah.
Just not what?
Just not invited, right? There's a difference.
Yeah, well, again, there's only so much room to have people there. And there are MMA guys. There's going to be like, how many MMA guys are here? 20?
On the lawn, yes.
Yeah. We got like 20 fighters coming in, for the fans and stuff like that. And, yeah, so nobody's banned.
If Sunday goes as planned, would you consider yourself a go in the business of sports?
I don't care about that kind of stuff. That doesn't matter to me.
Fair enough. Thank you.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.